Hi, Prema here, and welcome to the full moon update for June 24th. Well, we've just come through this crazy time with these eclipses and all these planets going retrograde and Mercury's about to go direct. I'm wondering how you're feeling. It's been an interesting time for sure. The path has been really a circuitous path. You might have had I'm going here. You might have had a trajectory. You might have had a destination, and maybe you have found yourself, somewhere other than you thought you would be at this particular time. That is completely and totally normal. Do not let that alarm you. Things have been shifting out and changing. As long as you're paying attention to the road signs, you are going to start to see the direction that you're going into. We have a great full moon that's going to help shine the light and show you the way. Welcome to Chart Your Path. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification if this information is resonating for you. It helps it get seen by more people and help more people. All right, let's dive in. This is a very powerful full moon. It is in Vedic astrology in the constellation of Sagittarius and in a very important place in Sagittarius. It's really at the galactic center. It's in a nakshatra called Mula. And right at this time too, we have Jupiter has just gone into retrograde. Mercury is just going direct. So there's a lot of shifting energy still happening, but things are going to start settling out. You're going to start to be able to see where these changes that have been occurring internally and with some of the things around you in your life, you're going to start to see which way things are going. But you're going to need to be very clear about where your foundation is, what you're rooted into, because in this particular lunar mansion, it's a bundle of roots. What are we rooted into down in our foundation? And if you take nothing else away from this update, really can reconnect. After all this turbulent time, it's like going on a trip. You've been living out of a suitcase for a while, staying at different places. Some of it was interesting, some of it was hard, and now you're back home again and you want to get everything in place and find your routine. Things are going to start moving forward, especially with this Mercury turning direct, but also with the light of this full moon. Things will start moving forward. So you're going to need to hook into your foundation. I'll talk to you a little bit more about what that actually looks like in just a moment. With this Mercury, you could have felt I want to say, especially in this last week, it was communication, transportation. I had a website go down, the glitchy stuff of Mercury retrograde, especially in this last week. And if you've been distracted and you feel like mentally you're kind of a little bit all over the place, like you go to do something and then here you find yourself off on this website here, or you find yourself doing something completely over here and what was I doing? That was very typical of energy of this last week. You're going to be able to focus better and be able to pull some of those bits and pieces of all that information maybe you've been gathering and line them up and direct them somewhere. Because this full moon is happening in Sagittarius, of course, the opposite is Gemini, and that's where the sun is. The moon is full when it's opposite the sun. It's reflecting back that light of the soul, and the consciousness is represented by the moon. So, of course, a full moon can be that emotional period of time, and because this is a full moon that is right near the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern hemisphere. Happy solstice, everyone! It's the growing season. It's a very auspicious full moon, so we really want to take advantage of this full moon. And one of the ways I'd like you to do that is it's taking that light of consciousness, that light of the moon, and really shining it down into the roots of your foundation. What are you grounded into? What are you connected into? Is that, and especially Mula has a lot to do with our beliefs. This is the plane of the galactic center. It's a very important place in the cosmos. And you really have an opportunity here to let go of any of the beliefs that are keeping you from grounding into the foundation that will support you in your trajectory forward. This has the light with this, because it's ruled by Jupiter, and especially with Jupiter just going retrograde, it has the ability to really shine that light and turn it inward into the nooks and crannies of your soul. So you want to give yourself some time to really connect with your emotions, because they will lead you to what beliefs you're having, how you're feeling, what you're believing underneath that, what you're thinking, what you're feeling is going to, bring you obviously what's happening in your life. So reverse engineering that. And what do you need to let go of in order to move forward? This is where you want to get really truthful with yourself, put your hand over your heart, drop your mind into your heart, and tell yourself the truth. That's the backdoor question of the soul. What do I need to let go of to move forward? If this resonates for you, give this video a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear in the comments, what is it that you need to let go of in order to move forward, and what direction is really calling you forward? Where are you going? And has that direction changed for you at all? And also with this full moon here, we've got, again, that information we've been gathering, we'll be able to focus it and focus our minds better and focus our consciousness better to move forward. And this is a place, Sagittarius, of learning, of teachers and teaching. And if you're a teacher and whatever it is that you're supporting people with in the world, your mission, your teachings that you're bringing out in the world, very, very special for you too. And you want to really connect in with your teachings personally and the teachings you're subscribing to, because this is a place of hope and inspiration and has an overarching theme of ruling teaching. So especially you teachers listening in, and within the Sacred Wealth Code system, Jupiter rules the teacher. It rules, it's the other archetype is the visionary, and of course the great sage. Actually, this one has an owl. Last night I stayed up way too late watching two owls out in my big maple tree. Last night, I believe they're barred owls. Sometimes we have great horn owls, and it just was mesmerized by them and the moon, and that's the sage in the Sacred Wealth Code Archetype system. If you want to know what one of your Sacred Wealth Code archetypes is, you can take the free quiz. The link is down below in the description. Also put it in the comments pinned to the top for you, and you get some teaching on that as well. You can also grab my book, my Sacred Wealth Code Oracle cards. All of that has information about the archetypes, the Sacred Wealth Code, where you get deeper understanding about yourself. All those links are down below for you. All right, so this particular placement is, again, you're going to find out what those beliefs are, and notice where you're hooked into, where you don't want to be, but you want to use your beliefs and your emotional intelligence to drive the path forward. How do you want to feel, and what is the vision that you are connected into? Jupiter's retrograde is going to have you relook at your vision over the next few months, and it's happening in Aquarius. That retrograde, it's just turned retrograde, so again, still shifting energies, and this is a long retrograde. It retrogrades into September. But it's going to give you the opportunity to go back over some things, like you've been driving your car and you're going on a trip and you get down the road and you realize you left your wallet back at the coffee shop. So you've got to go back 5 miles, and you drive back and you see things you didn't see before. And in fact, you see some different ways you could have gone before. Or places you stopped that you wouldn't stop again, and by the time you've gotten your wallet and you're going back towards the direction that you were going, you might be taking a different direction, or you might just, some of the things weren't so important to you the second time around. You're going to be taking a closer look at your impact, your ideal for socially. Aquarius rules those things. It's also, this is going to hit you in whatever house that it happens to hit you in your own Vedic astrology chart, as well as this full moon does. And if you're interested in having a reading, links are down below for that as well, where we can get into these transits for the year, these eclipses, and of course this full moon and whatever's going on now, and this Jupiter retrograde, because it's going to last here for months. Saturn's retrograde as well. So really notice what you are being pulled towards as far as studying, and you're going to probably be reflecting on your purpose and really look at that, and is there something you need to shift and change in that over this retrograde. Last aspect I want to cover with you is Mars is in Cancer. I talked about this in my last update. Again, the link will be down below for that as well. And Mars is not so powerful in Cancer in Vedic astrology. It's a good time to really be spiritually disciplined. Mars, the great honorable warrior, the strategist, and the engineer in the archetype system, this is too emotional of a place. But remember, Cancer is not just emotional, it's devotional. And the emotions are the energy, and it's a more feminine placement and a watery sign. And so the great feminine in you, needs to go with the flow of the emotions in Cancer, but Mars doesn't like that so much. Mars wants to be productive, wants to move forward, wants to figure things out, wants to take a stand for something. So let that energy be you taking a stand for your alignment. In fact, I'm working with in my Soulutionary Blueprint program. Link is down below for that as well. We're doing an alignment challenge because it is so important. If you stay aligned, then you can deal with whatever's coming up, and you know where you're going. How you deal with it may be differently, but alignment comes first. So with Mars, make sure that in this placement that you've got your alignment in place, and especially you're spiritually disciplined and exercise. Mars likes to burn off that energy if you have a strong Mars. Venus is there too. Venus is fine in Cancer. It's a more feminine placement and a feminine planet. But with Mars, this can bring on a lot of passion, but it also can bring on some challenges in relationship. If there's challenges in relationship that come up, I want you to look at those as if they're coming up to expose themselves on the surface. Let me not get so emotional about it. Let me see what needs to be healed and go ahead and work with the healing in that. All right, I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that bell notification. Go ahead and share this, and again, leave me a comment down below, and I look forward to being with you next time on Chart Your Path.